amazing magician Uryoku Chono is performing in the streets. The magician sees Saiki pass by and tells him to see his illusions and have his mind blown. Saiki decides to stay and see his tricks. Saiki sees his dove through the hat with X-ray vision. It's probably for his trick. Chono shows an empty box to the audience, but Saiki sees the hidden compartment with doves inside. They seem a little cramped. Doves appear, and the people are amazed. Chono seems bent on impressing Saiki. That's what being the protagonist of the show gets you: unwanted attention. Meanwhile, Saiki is worried about the dove almost dying in Chono's hat. It's time for Chono's amazing super illusion. He calls in his assistant Michal, the homeless person. Homeless Michael gets in the box and Chono starts his drum roll. Saiki sees Michael sneaking through the box. However, things don't look too good for the dove in Chono's hat. Meanwhile, Chono is about to open the other box, but Michael is nowhere near it. Chono opens it and Michael jumps out off the table. Everyone leaves and Chono is devastated. Should have kept expectations low with Michael helping you. Michael asks for his payment, but Chono has nothing to pay him since Michal blew his play. Saiki is still there and signals for the hat. Thinking Saiki is about to give him a tip, Chono tries to be humble. He takes off his hat and finds Pico the dove dead. Oh, not yet. Chono figures out that Saiki must be an illusionist too. Chono starts his sob story before Saiki can leave. He lost his job and his wife left him. He could not pay rent and became homeless. But being homeless and starving on the street, he thought about becoming a magician. He thought he made his job, wife, and house disappear. So it only makes sense for him to perform magic and make things disappear. Makes sense. He declined a job offer and spent 1.2 million yen to buy a magic box. Saiki thinks about helping him by convincing him to quit. Chono asks Saiki to perform, since he also wants to become an illusionist. This gives Saiki an idea. Saiki plans to show him how bad Chono is at magic. Saiki pulls out Michal from his bag. Chono is blown away. But instead of giving up, Chono requests Saiki to be his mentor. Sometime later, Saiki likes watching TV since he can't read the minds of the actors in them. So, he can experience surprise. Saiki is surprised to see Chono in a TV show. Chono plans to get inside a box and probably die because he ain't getting out of Sword's fire and a bulldozer running over him. Saiki thinks all should be fine since it's on TV. Chono trips over before he gets into the box. Yeah, he's about to die. Michal closes the door before Chono could tell him to stop. Chono is banging on the box constantly. Things don't look too good. Saiki hesitates but then jumps in to help him. He teleports into the box and finds a speaker making the banging noise. Saiki is truly surprised. Saiki finds himself in a pinch. He has to wait 3 minutes before he can teleport again. Saiki dislocates his body to avoid the swords. Then the box is dropped from the crane. But Saiki uses the power of physics and plot armor to survive. Then the box is set on fire, but Saiki uses ice to survive. Next, the box with Saiki in it gets run over by a bulldozer. The announcer ends the trick with Chono being alive and well. Saiki digs out of the ground. He decides to head back to his home and watch some drama. Oh wait, Saiki reads the actor's mind and spoils the show. Next day, Kaido tells Saiki he's been called upon and leaves him. Saiki thinks he found some new friends. Kaido seems excited. Kaido says a secret password and gets into a secret room. Jade Wings welcome Kaido. Kaido takes a seat, but Jade Wings remind him to do the special ritual before seating if he doesn't want to vanish into the air. Jade Wing told Kaido about his origins. Jade Black Wings was an A-rank soldier of the Dark Reunion. He stole a stone and used phantom magic to be reborn as Shun Kaido. Kaido is having a hard time accepting his cool origins. Jade says they will assist him in accepting his past. Who's they? The 4 invisible and totally real phantoms, of course. Jade Wings ask if Kaido sees them. Of course, Kaido sees them now that the Jade Wing mentioned them. Kaido gives Jade Wings homework he did for him. Jade Wings is pleased and says more of it will get him into the circle. Suddenly, Jade Wing tells Kaido that they are under attack. The Dark Reunion killed the totally real phantoms sitting next to them. Kaido panics. Jade Wings tell Kaido to put in any metal objects in his bag and his wallet too. They complete the ritual with a dance and the day is saved. Jade Wing thanks Kaido for his help and makes him leave. Turns out, Jade Wing took advantage of Kaido's Chunibyo syndrome, made him do his homework and took his wallet. Saiki saw through all this. Saiki gives Jadewing the scare of his life. Next day, Kaido brings in Saiki only to find the Dark Reunion's message. Next day, Nendo is at Saiki's place. Mom is surprised and happy to see Saiki's friend. She thought Saiki didn't have any. She starts crying with happiness. Nendo came to take Saiki to the beach. Saiki doesn't want to go. But Mom's death glare changes his mind. Kaido, Nendo, and Saiki are at the beach. Kaido starts drowning as soon as he touches water. Haro jumps in and his pants come off to save Kaido. Haro is volunteering as a lifeguard. Nendo sees some girls and is off to pick them up. One has to wonder if he ever sees himself in the mirror. Nendo says it's all about the attitude and not the looks. Every girl rejects him and reminds Nendo how ugly he is. Meanwhile, girls are hitting on cute Kaido. Jealous Nendo buries Kaido in sand. During all this, Saiki is under the sea trying to relax. A girl is drowning. Nendo jumps in to save her. Kaido was swimming to save her too before Nendo reminded him that he couldn't swim. Nendo carries both Kaido and the girl. Haro comes in to help but gets leg cramps. Nendo is finding it difficult to carry 3 of them. Saiki comes to help and saves them. The girl thanks Nendo. Haro seems very impressed by Nendo. New term started. Haro is tanned from his beach work. Teruhashi found a crush during the break. A guy guesses if it's Nendo. Terushi snaps and almost ruins her act of being a nice girl. Kaido asks Saiki if he thinks Nendo is acting strange lately. What's with the get-up Kaido? Something seems to be bothering Nendo. Kaido decides to follow Nendo. Saiki is interested too. Saiki and Kaido see Nendo looking at a little girl and smiling like a creep. They think Nendo is into little girls. They plan on reporting this to the police. Nendo goes to a flower shop and gets some flowers. Saiki and Kaido think it's for his girlfriend. That surely can't be true. They see Nendo looking at some little girl again. Saiki plans to call the police right away, but Kaido tells him not to judge too early. Next, Nendo goes to a cake shop. Now, Kaido is losing it. He's sure buying cake means Nendo is surely into little girls. Talk about not jumping to conclusions. Kaido believes Nendo plans to use the sunflowers and cake as bait to lure in little girls and kidnap them. Kaido confronts Nendo and attacks him. Nendo says it's a misunderstanding. Nendo takes them to his father's grave. It's his father's death anniversary. The cake and the flowers were offerings for his father. Saiki understands the reason why Nendo was looking at girls and their fathers. Those reminded him of his dad. Nendo just has a creepy face. Nendo's dad died trying to save a little girl when Nendo was young. Nendo says his father died at the age of 18 and offers to show a picture of him in his wallet. Kaido always thought the picture was Nendo's. Meanwhile, Saiki sees Nendo's father's ghost eating cake. Saiki tries to make sense of the situation since he doesn't believe in ghosts. Returning home, Saiki finds a letter saying someone knows about Saiki's powers. That's the end of this episode, guys. Like and subscribe for more recap videos. Take care!